Well, very good morning, students. I welcome you in day 5. This is lecture 5. Today we will learn about the meaning of communication. We have heard a lot about the communication, what is the magic of communication, and what is the significance of communication, what is the concept of communication, and how that can be effective communication. These all the things we have gone through. Now we should learn the meaning of communication, what is the exact meaning of communication, that we are going to understand you. Yeah, so meaning of communication in easy words we can understand. This is a communication, just a Latin, just a English word, communication. It is derived from the Latin word. Always remember, this communication is derived from the Latin word communis, which means common sense. The word communication means sharing the same idea. In other words, the transmission or and interaction of facts, ideas, opinion, feelings, or attitude. That is the meaning of communication. There are different modes of communication available today. If we go for the communication, then in the society we are communicating in different ways. There are a number of ways by which we are interacting in the society. These may include emails. As we know, we always use in professional works emails, chats, even in social media we use chats. WhatsApp, WhatsApp is a app, that is a social app, messaging app that we are using. Skype, conference calls, mobile phone, etc. These are the different ways by which we make our communication. Effective communication makes people work easier and smooth. If we are having the communication skills, then definitely it makes our works more understanding or more easy and smooth in every walk of life. These are the different definitions given by the different experts, so we can understand the meaning of communication word. So here the communication, we talk about the definition given by the Kuntz and O'Donnell. He has said that the communication is an intercourse by words, letters, symbols, or messages, and it is a way that one organization member shares meaning and understanding with others. So this is very easy to understand. Whatever they may be, words, letters, symbols, or any message that one organization shares with for making understanding with others. So this is just called communication. Now we are coming for the next definition that has been given by Rogers. He has been very renowned thinkers. So he has given the meaning of communication likewise. The communication is a process by which people create and share information with one another in order to reach common understanding. So that this communication is done for what? For making or for reaching at a common understanding, so that whatever we message are discussing, on what point we are discussing, we can develop a common understanding. So that particular definition was given by Rogers. It's very good definition of communication, and it is applicable in all walk of life. If we talk about the Kuntz and Weirich, he also said that communication is a transfer of information from the sender to receiver, with the information being understood by the receiver. Means here he has given more stress on that information must be understood by the receiver. Then its communication process is being completed. If we talk about the Keith Davis and Newstrom, he has said that communication is a process of passing information and understanding from one person to another person. So this is very simple definition was given by Keith Davis and Newstrom. So we can go through all the definitions to understand the meaning of communication, word communication. In other words, it's also can be said that communication is a process of exchanging information, idea, thoughts or feelings between individuals or group through verbal, non-verbal, written or visual means. That is also called communication. It involves a sender who convey the message, medium through which this message is transmitted, and a receiver who interpret the message. Receiver means the person who are going to receive that particular message. That is called the receiver. Effective communication ensures understanding and can occur through speech, gestures, body language, writing or digital media. So for effective communication, all means can be used at the same time. Your body language, your words, your eye contact, your each and every language or your gesture or etc. and body movements also. So for making this communication more strong, we would need to make a balance among these all the traits. We talk about the examples of different means of communication. So we have already heard these words: the verbal communication, written communication, non-verbal communication, interpersonal communication, and asynchronous communication. What are these? So we are understanding these. What is the verbal communication? Means speaking or using sounds to convey a message. That is called the verbal communication. Verbal communication means when we use any sound during the talk, then it will be called the verbal. If we talk about the written communication, when we using a physical medium like paper or an online medium like email to convey a message, that type of all the communications will be part of written communication. Next is the non-verbal communication, means here using gestures only, facial expressions or body language to convey a message, means this way it is called the non-verbal communication where sound will not be used. Now interpersonal communication means exchanging information, ideas and feelings between two or more people. That is called the interpersonal, means between two people, interpersonal communication. Asynchronous communication means interacting without real-time conversation, such as when sending an email. Means without real-time conversation, but at any time we can start interaction or email. So that is called the asynchronous communication. Yes, so communication is very important, and we are going through discussions of different communication, meaning, concepts, context, models and all. In the continuation of this lecture, the meaning of communication is very important to understand by the students or by the audience, whosoever are attending this class. As we know, that is just refers to process. Communication is a process. Process for what reason? Because it involves different steps, different context and different stages. So that's why it is called the process. And process of exchanging information. For what? Exchanging information, ideas, thoughts or feelings between individuals or group. So the process which we involve to send our information, to communicate our information or our ideas, thoughts, that is called the communication, and it refers to the meaning of communication. It can occur through various means. Communication can be occurred through various means, such as that may be spoken, means by using words, by using tone, by using voice, sounds, that may be spoken, or written language, yes, that may be in written language also, by gestures, body language or visual symbols. So these all are part of your communication. They deals for the communication, and they are reflection of communication. Effective communication is essential for understanding, building relationship, and coordinating actions in personal, social, and professional context. As we know, communication is the backbone of the human being. Each and every individual communicates in the society for different works, for sharing their perceptions or work done. Without communication, nothing can be possible. In our daily life, the words, they are also communicating, animal, they are also communicating, human is also communicating, even small creatures, they are also communicating. What they are communicating in different languages, different tones and all. We cannot understand each and every person. What? Human can understand human very well. Even human can understand few animal also, like pet dogs and all, as we know, and different people. In zoo, you know, they are interacting with the animal. An animal is able to perceive their ideas, perceive their reactions, emotions, and react accordingly. So this is the strength of communication. So this is the power of communication, by which a people can understand emotions of others. And if anybody can understand one's emotions perfectly, he will be a perfect person in communicating, and he can handle a strong relationship and can build a strong relationship in the society. That is totally depends upon the communication structure, communication level, and the skill of that particular individual for making communication better. Let's understand the meaning of communication. Understanding the meaning of communication involves grasping both its content and followed by context. If we are grasping content and context both at the same time, then we can understand the communication in a better way. So what they are? They may be that sender's intent, means what are the intent of that particular sender is there. Recognize what the sender aims to convey. That may be information, feeling, instruction, or opinions. The intent must be understood by a receiver. Then only a good communication may happen. Message content, yes. Focus on the actual words. That is very important. Means in what context we are sending message, what words we are using, what symbols we are using, what gestures we are using to understand the information being shared. If the exact symbols will be there, if the exact actual words will be there, then the message will be more meaningful and it will be more effective, and that communication will call a effective communication. And a sender who has created the message, who has encoded the message, that will play a role as a good communicator or skilled communicator. So message framing, structuring of the message, briefing of the message is very important. The content of the message is also very important to understand the meaning of communication. Next is the context. What do we mean by context? Means it considers the situation, the environment, the cultural background, the relationship between communicator and these influences interpretations. Means in which context we are sending the message, in which situation we are going to send the message, at what cultural background we are going to send the message, what relations, what are the relationship between both the communicators. These are always influential for the interpretations. If they are friends, the message will be different. If somebody is talking with their mothers, the message, the structure of message will be different. If we are talking with our seniors, the structure of the message will be different. If we are talking about our teachers, mentors, the structure of message will be different. And the context also will be different, and the time and the environment also will be different. So that is called the context. It is very important to make the communication meaningful. Non-verbal cues, they are part of pay attention on the body language, facial expressions, tone of voice, gestures, which often add meaning beyond the words. Sometimes we have seen that words are not very clear, but we can understand each and everything by gestures and signs of body language or body movements. There are so many people, they are deaf ear people, they cannot hear voice, but they are following all the activities, they are doing all the activities, they are following all the messages, instructions through gestures only, through symbols only. So that is the non-verbal communication, that are the non-verbal cues. Few people are blind, they cannot see anything, but still by touch they can perceive the different movements, they can perceive the situations, even they can board on train also. So these all type of the activities are part of communication. The touch is the example of a communication, non-verbal communication. So in this way, people are interacting and living their life in the society. Reception and feedback. Yes, understanding that the communication is a two-way process. Means whatever we are sending there, the feedback will be there. The two parties will be involved in that. Listening actively, seeking clarification helps ensure the message is correctly interpreted. Means if we are speaking, we are giving lecture to the students, if they are not hearing me patientfully or interestingly, that means I am not conveying my message properly. My tone of voice may be not good, my sound of not maybe understanding, not maybe hearable. So likewise, the tone, the voice, the language, the body language, each and every must be streamlined. If they all are correct, then definitely audience will get more interest in your lecture or in your deliberation. So that is why the feedback or reception is very important. Shared understanding. Yes, effective communication relies on the shared language, symbols and conventions, which creates a common grounds. So we always try to start our communication that is from the common grounds. Common grounds means, suppose we are traveling in the train, or we are traveling, we are walking somewhere, we are going, we generally start a communication likewise. Yes sir, what is your name? From where are you coming? Where are you going? If both are from the same place, they will be happy to hear. Yeah, we are from the same place. And obviously they are going to the same destination. Again they will be happy. Yes, we both are going at the same destination. We are going for the same purpose. We are going for the facing examinations or attempting the entrance exam or likewise. So in this way, this communication creates understanding, and at the same ground it may be start easily. So likewise, yeah, so sharing understanding is also good for the making good understanding. What is the meaning of a good and bad communication? Here, yeah, we would like to learn in very short that what is the good communication and what is the bad communication. Here, the communication word is both places. In good also, in bad means. It means communication may be both. That may be a good communication also, that may be bad. And how it may be good, how it may be bad, let's understand. So good and bad communication can significantly impact relationship, work, environment and overall understanding of the individual. It may impact on your relationship also if your communication is not proper. It may impact on working environment also if it is not proper. It may harm you in your professional settings also. It may create a bitter relationship with your boss also if you are not in good communication. So here let's understand what is the good communication means. Good communication means it must be clear. The clarity is very important. If message is clear, it is concise and easy to understand, that means this particular communication is good communication. If message is exaggerated, it is not properly framed, it is not sent to a proper place, it is not easy to understand, it is hodgepodge or putting so many jargons are there, and it is contributing so many ideas at a time, it is a just bunch of ideas, then the clarity will not be there. So that will not be part of good communication, and nobody will rely on that particular message. Nobody try to read that message, and obviously that will harm your personality, your credential in the society. The next word is very important, that is the active listening. Good communication requires active listening. Paying full attention to the speaker, showing interest in the speaker and providing feedback to the speaker, these are part of good communication skills. If you are listening to somebody properly, then he or she will take interest to talk with you, to interact with you, to make you more understanding, to give you more and more informations. And if you are making noise, if you are not paying attention towards the lecturer, she will not give you more informative information. He will or she will be ready to wind their lecture earlier, or he will not give his very deep knowledge or experiences that may be more fruitful for your life. So that's why the active listening is very important. Next is empathy. Yes, empathy means we should feel someone's problem like own problem. We should understand someone's perceptions, feelings, perspectives as their own. If he or she is in pain, I also should feel the same pain level. That is the empathy. If somebody is in trouble, we should try to help him out. Help him out. Then it is empathy. If somebody needs my help, you should go for the help. If any animal in trouble, you should pacify that particular animal, try to help you out, to put him, yes. So these type of the things are called empathy. It's a term very good, very important for medical sciences. Means if it is saying that if a doctor has empathy, means he will recover the patient earlier, means more careful towards the patient, or feeling somebody's patients like own patients or like own family member. So that is called empathy. Openness, yeah, that's also very important. Sharing information honestly and transparently, so that is called openness. We should not hide any facts. Whatever we are having in our mind, we should try to reflect it, to explain it, to communicate it in the need or at the time of discussion. So that will be a good communicator, and it will be a meaning of good communication. So that's why that is very important. Non-verbal, yes, at the time of communication, good communication means according to our words, our eye contact or eye gesture, posture, body language also must be in streamline. If we are talking somebody else, we are seeing somebody else, seeing or looking at some another places, it is a faulty communication. That means if you are talking to somebody, you should pay attention to somebody's face also. That is part of good communication. Respect, yes. Valuing others is very important. If you are giving value to another's opinions, then they will also give you respect in the same way. And refraining from the interrupting, diminishing their views, that will create a problem. We should try to care somebody's views. We should try to care somebody's ideas, perceptions. Then she will care you and will listen you, and he will care your ideas also, your perceptions also. Then the work will be more easy to be done. Feedback, yes, providing constructive feedback is always important. If you are a person having habit to provide feedback in the society, people will promote you, they will motivate you, and they will use you as a part of social construct. So, always provide feedback to the others. Now, we are coming to the bad communication means. What do you mean by bad communication? That when we having the number one, that the ambiguity. If there is ambiguity, vague ideas are there, unclear message, they are leading to confusion, that is called the bad communication. Interruptions, yes. Cutting others off or not allowing them to express themselves. So, suppose during the lectures, any student get stand and try to speak some, let him speak. Give him chance to explore his ideas. And if you are interrupting, you are shouting, you are make him sit, at the time you are scolding him, that is the negative message. So, these type of interruption are not required from both sides. Students should also not interrupt to the speaker, and speaker should not interrupt to the listeners. If it is vice versa. Disinterest means showing disattentiveness or indifference during the conversation. If you are not interested, you can get out from that particular audience, from that particular hall and classrooms and all. But if you are not interested in listening, what you are creating voice, you are creating noise, or you are creating the bad atmosphere over there by talking, by murmuring, by disturbing, by intervening and all. These are the bad communication means. You should not do like this. One should not like this, because it will harm the whole class and all the message of that communication will be disturbed. Negativity or aggression, yeah, using hostile language, blame or sarcasm, it is not good. Never try to hostile language, in hostile language. Never try to blame anybody's, or sarcastic language is also not required to be used. Sarcastic remarks also do not be put during the discussions It is very good to take care of that. Ignoring non-verbal cues, yeah, overlooking body language and tone that can alter meaning. Body language or gesture, postures must be streamlined. They must not be ignored. They should be taken care. Yes. So, if you will do like that, that will be a negative means. Lack of feedback, yeah, failing in confirming, understanding and the feedback, respond inappropriately, that is also part of bad communication. It means it is a bad communication. You are not giving proper feedback, you are laughing, you are just making undue things at that time. They are not the good parts of the good communication. Assumptions, yeah, assumptions means making judgments without verifying the facts. Means putting interruption and hurriedly. That is not good thing, leading to misunderstanding. These type of things always creates misunderstanding among the people, or in the classroom or other settings where you are going to put your talk. So these assumptions are not required. Try to check the facts. If you got the right fact, if you got the correct answer, then you have to answer these facts, interrupt or try to speak. That will be a good part of communication. Otherwise, it will be negative for your personality. So with this, we would like to wind here. We could understand what are the bad communication, good communication, concept of communication, meaning of communication. So if you will go through these all the terminologies, the concepts and the suggestives, then definitely we will be a part of a good communication, and we will develop good communication skills, and tomorrow we will be a good communicator in the society that will build a respect, prestige, self-esteem as a good citizen of this country. So in this way we could learn today means what are the meaning of communication, different major definitions of communication, and what are the different means of communication. So students, these two type of questions may be raised from this particular course, this particular lecture. That is the you may ask that write the meaning and definition of bird communication in details. You can write the different definitions given by the different experts or meaning of the bird communication, and you also can be asked that write the different means of communication. So we have given already different means of communication. You can write on during the examinations. So in this way, these practice of these communication concept by sharing with your friends and dears, you will be more versed, you will be more expertise in making the communication well and good in the society. So this is all for today. So I would like to thank you all for patience hearing and listening to us. This is all. Thank you. Thank you. Namaskar.